If I hadn't started acting early, I would have lost everything. The house, the savings, my peace of mind. I didn't know when it would happen, but I felt it. My wife was planning something, and she was waiting for the right moment to strike. I started noticing changes. At first, they were subtle. Her voice got colder. The warmth in her eyes began to fade. She stopped saying "we" and started saying "I." She talked less, smiled less, and started checking our accounts more. Once a week, she'd casually drop a line about money.
Do we have any savings, by the way? What would happen if we ever split? Who'd get the house?
Said offhand. But often, like she was testing the waters, she started going out more, visiting a friend, late at the office, phone always on, silent. I wanted to protect myself. One night, I woke up at 2 a.m., and I just knew the decision had already been made, not by me. The next morning, I started moving quietly, carefully. No confrontation, no accusations. I didn't tell anyone what I was doing, not even my closest friends. I just woke up, brewed a cup of coffee like any other day, but inside, something had shifted. The decision had already been made, and now I was preparing for impact. I transferred every cent of my savings into an account under my mother's name, a person I trusted unconditionally. It wasn't about hiding. It was about protecting. I'd worked too hard for too long to let everything be taken by a moment of betrayal. Next, I signed over the car. The paperwork was clean, quiet. I made sure there were no loose ends. Even the house, the place we had made a home, I quietly put into a trust, separate and secure. I walked through each room that evening, not as someone living there, but as someone letting go. It was surreal. It wasn't fear driving me. It was instinct, that sharp, cold voice inside you that says, "Get ready, the storm is coming." And in that silence, I moved, and the storm came. 2 weeks later, she made me coffee, sat down, and said as casually as if she were reading a shopping list,
I think we need to separate. I've already spoken to a lawyer. It'll be peaceful.
I just nodded. She waited for a reaction. I gave her none. A week later, mediation. She arrived confident, polished, folders in hand, eyes sharp, smile faint. Next to her was her lawyer, and a list of demands. The house, half the savings, spousal support, a fair settlement. She didn't look at me once, but when my lawyer calmly slid over a folder and said,
All assets were legally transferred well before any proceedings began, fully compliant with the law.
Her face changed, not sadness, shock. She didn't expect me to be ready, to be a step ahead. And in that moment, I saw the real her. She left the room quickly. My lawyer leaned over and said,
Good timing. Most people are too late.
Later came the messages, the tears, the apologies.
I was confused. I was thinking about our future. I didn't mean for it to go like this. You misunderstood. Can we try again?
But we didn't try again. We ended. No dramatic final talks. No closure speeches. I just rented a small but quiet apartment. Packed a box of books. Grabbed my guitar. And left. No big house. No luxury car. No Sunday brunches. But now, I have silence. Not the tense kind. Not the heavy kind. Just peace. I sit on the floor. Sip coffee alone. But it's my quiet. I play the guitar I hadn't touched in years. And for the first time, in a long time, I hear my own thoughts. I sleep without a weight on my chest. Sometimes I think, love isn't about flowers and anniversaries. It's when you're not afraid to fall asleep next to someone. Not afraid to be vulnerable. Not afraid of betrayal in the silence. Sometimes losing everything is the only way to find yourself again.